Hello and welcome to a catch-up video from Marty's Matchbox Makeovers. This is a catch-up video regarding the number 68, I think it is, the Mercedes coach. And do you remember I said that if I could source another windscreen assembly I would upgrade this one? Well, guess what? Some person who watches my channel by the name of Michael Fisher from New South Wales has sent me not only a replacement windscreen but also a replacement bus to go with it. And this is a really good example of an original Matchbox. And I'd just like to compare it with the one that I attempted to build from scratch. And not only that, but Michael has also sent me an original box to go with it, which is an amazing thing to have in your collection. So I'm very, very pleased, and thank you, Michael, for doing that for me. I really appreciate it. I do hate this time of day because you get this sun glare coming through the window and it gets in the way of things. But I'll just read you quickly part of Michael's letter he sent. He said, "I've been watching the show for years and I'm glad you're back making videos. Loves the whole show, thank you. This model he obtained years ago, he says, and thought he'd like to compare the model to an original," which is correct, I do. It's quite fascinating really to see how close I got. Please excuse the box. Okay, it's a little bit damaged, but it's good. Can't expect anything better really. He says that if I'm working on a model, he collects them as well, and he likes to get his one out and handle it as he's watching the video, and it sort of brings it to life and takes his mind off of all of the controversy that's going on in the world. So he says, keep up the excellent work and maybe give Kevin some more airtime if I can manage it. So we'll see what we can do. Anyway, so this is my version and this is Michael's version that he sent me. Now first up, I noticed the colour of mine is a little bit redder than the colour of Michael's. It could be that this is faded, or it could be that I didn't quite mix the paint right because I didn't have a very good guide or something to compare it with. Nevertheless, it's not too bad. Now as for the canopy, the framework on the window section up here that I recreated from some polystyrene strips that I acquired from the model shop, that's mine, a little bit wonky and quite chunky compared with the original Matchbox one. And also I noticed that this, originally when I mixed up the white for the roof, I made it slightly off white. And then I changed my mind at the last moment and thought, no, they would have come out bright white in its day and it was just faded. Well, I wish I'd stuck with the off-white that I originally intended to paint it, because it would have looked a little bit more authentic. Now, I'm quite pleased with how I've managed to make these up, because all I had was a photograph as reference. If you've seen the video, you know what I'm talking about. My horizontal section on the back is a bit on the slight slant, and nowhere near as crisp as the original one, but what do you expect? I am only human. Apart from that, I'm quite pleased with how mine turned out compared with the original, and both of these will be on display in my cabinet along with the box, which has a lovely depiction of the model on the outside here. And once again, the colour on the box is almost exactly the right colour for the model. I've remembered somebody commented that they said that the model, in their opinion, they thought, I don't know where they got the idea from, but it seemed reasonable. They thought that the white framework and the seats were cast as one piece, and that when it came out of the mould, it would have been double the length with the seats here, and it would fold up as you put it into the vehicle. So I thought, well, that's an interesting spin on it. That could actually be the case, and I couldn't know. This one was all broken, of course, so I couldn't check to see if that was the case. However, since I've got an original one here now, I'm going to do something shocking. I'm just going to pop it apart and hopefully not break it. and just see if that is the case. I'm trying to think which way that goes. Does it go forwards or backwards? I think it goes backwards. Yep, there we go. It's coming apart. So let's have a look. Nope. In actual fact, the seats are a completely separate moulding. Now, I did get quite excited thinking that, yeah, that would have been a great idea if they joined like that and then they folded up together when you put them in, but they don't. So that's got rid of that myth. Now, also, I'm interested to see that this would have been an impossible task to even try and separate that plastic, I fear. The perspex from the frame. Oh no, actually, it is loose. It is loose. So it is possible to separate those if you have one and have to work on it separately. I'll put that back together now before I totally destroy it. There you go, just like that, like in the factory. Now, another thing I noticed about this one, just out of interest, since I'm here talking about it, is see the axle supports here on that one. Well, this one's completely different. So remember I said there was two versions where the two different colors, turquoise and orange, but well, it seems like there's more than two versions now, because there's also a different type of axle assembly to look out for. So now I've got one of each, which is pretty cool. One other thing I've done this week as well is I've brushed off the old FlashForge 3D printer. I had a request for a center stand for a Honda motorcycle, and I used to have loads of them, but I've been giving them away over the years, so I thought I'd have to print some more out. So luckily this has a built-in memory, and I'm hoping that the file for the Honda motorbike center stand is still in its memory, so I'm going to power it up and have a look. Oh yeah, I've had this about 5 years, I think, so it's a fairly old model. I'm sure there's the printers today are far superior, but for a little center stand, it does just the job. So what have we got here? Build. Memory. All the things I've printed in the past. Jeep window, wheels, barrels for the tractor. Left door. Yeah. Oh, the canopy for the stalwart BP Explorer vehicle, 6-wheel vehicle. Key fobs. Here we go. Kickstands. So there's one. That one there looks like it's 12 of them. Let's do that one. And build. This is by no means, I should say, the best 3D printer that you can buy. And when I bought it, probably wasn't the best one either. So it's a little bit hit and miss. Doesn't look too bad, but quite often in the past when I've been using it, you get your hopes up, and then when you inspect the build, it's not what you expect. Let's have a look. Doesn't look too bad actually. Super. So that is a very good one. But there's others here, such as this one here, that will need cleaning up with a knife. But overall they're not too bad. They'll come up good, I'm sure. So ordinarily I would print these in some black PLA, the plastic material used for 3D printing, but I don't have any black, so what I've done is I've printed loads of them now. I've trimmed them up and I've painted them with some satin black paint, and I think they look great. So that's one job to tick off of the list. In case you're wondering which model I'm talking about, here it is. It's the Honda motorcycle model, and it fits in this beautiful little trailer. Gee, it's a tight fit. Come out, it's been in there for a while. Anyway, there's the trailer that's been restored. I think this is 3D printed also. That drawbar there was 3D printed, which turned out good. You must see the video if you haven't seen it. Now here is the motorcycle in question, and look at this. I just got it out of the cupboard to show you, and it doesn't have a kickstand, a centre stand on it. So that's kind of embarrassing, so I have to put one on there. I must have run short or give it away to someone when I was getting low. And here is another one that I did. Same motorbike, but different colours. I made it into a Yamaha to make a different sort of a trailer, like a custom. And if you haven't seen the video, please check it out, because not only did I do the... Oh, that hasn't got one either. Oh my God. Not only did I do the Honda and the Yamaha, I did a Kawasaki, a Ducati, and I think a Suzuki as well. Well, that's embarrassing. Now I've got to put some... go and get a couple of my stands and put them on these and show you what I'm talking about. So stand by. Oh my God, I can't believe that is happening. There's all bits of tyre in there. It makes it look like it's chipped, but it's not. So here's the little stands that we are talking about. And they just clip in there, like that. And there, look at that, you've got a beautiful... Oh, there you go. Beautiful model of a motorbike on a stand. How about that? There we go. Oh, look at that. Just like the original. That's what I'm talking about. So, why am I putting this video up? Well, the truth of the matter is I don't have a makeover video this week. I am doing a really cool car, and I can't wait to put that video out, and I'm just waiting on a lot of parts. There's a lot of parts missing. I've ordered them over a week ago, but because we've had two public holidays this week in Australia. We've had Easter, of course, and Anzac Day, which is Australian New Zealand Army Corps. It's a memorial service for the First World War diggers that fought in Turkey. And so that's another public holiday that we've had, and the mail has just been disrupted as a result. So I'm hanging out for these parts. I was hoping they were going to be here and that I would have a fantastic video to show you. But I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I'll give you a clue. I've already set up the spray booth, and the newspaper article is somewhat relevant. So see if you can guess what the next makeover will be, coming out hopefully next week. So let me know in the comments if you think you know what I'm going to be doing. And this is Marty from Marty's Matchbox Makeovers saying thanks for watching, thanks for sticking around, and I apologise for not putting out a video this week. However, hopefully this has been somewhat interesting, and if you want a motorcycle stand for your Honda, just shoot me an email and I shall send you one in the mail. So thanks again, and until next time, this is Marty saying goodbye.